Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Barefoot Revolution. And what an insane game we just witnessed. Do we even need to talk about Chelsea game or the Leicester versus West Ham game? We did a quick reaction on Leeds versus City game, which was by far the best game of the season. But then United and Liverpool decided to go bonkers. How do you explain that?
I mean, itna strange tha. Like, we had that reaction video out for Leeds, and we thought that what can possibly topple this? Like, in terms of like just weird football, right? No defense, nothing, no strategy, no tactics, just going end to end. Like, what could top it? What could? Best match ऐसे ऐसे claim किए थे कि greatest ever match. उसके बाद जो हुआ, मतलब unbelievable. I think it is the weirdest Sunday in the history of the Premier League. I don't remember when two such incredibly crazy results have happened at the same time. Like, it just almost feels like, oh, proud to be alive when this happened, because I don't think I hope this becomes the norm, but I think teams are going to solidify after this horrendous performance by United and Liverpool. But what a game week.
यार क्या संडे था यार. मतलब रिजल्ट सोच यार. आई मीन यूनाइटेड वाला और लिवरपूल वाला ऑफ कोर्स स्टैंड आउट करता है, पर लेस्टर वाला मैच भी सोच. वेस्ट हैम
Yeah.
इतने कन्विंसिंगली हराया है उन्हें, और उस मैच से पहले इट वाज लाइक लेस्टर वाज प्लेइंग आउटस्टैंडिंग.
To soch na, West Ham have now beaten two of my top 6 contenders. Wolves 4-0, Leicester 3-0 convincingly. They have 30% of the ball, but the way they use the ball is phenomenal. I think Bowen is having like a season to remember, but we'll keep it short क्योंकि दो बहुत ही ताजे लंबे मैचेस डिस्कस करना है. तो कल सब्सक्राइबर्स से रिक्वेस्ट आया था कल कि भाई यूनाइटेड के बारे में ज्यादा बात मत करना, बट
मुझे लिवरपूल फैन से रिक्वेस्ट आया कि प्लीज स्किप गेम वीक 4.
ऐसे तो धंधा बंद हो जाएगा भाई. आर्सेनल तो छुएंगे भी नहीं, वो तो काउंट ही नहीं हो रहा है इस गेम वीक में. ऑल्दो दे हैड अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट विक्ट्री.
So let's start with the United versus Spurs match.
I mean, decimation, absolute decimation. वो स्टार्टिंग में अच्छा था, वो जो quick one touch passing and then that sort of freed up Martial. Davinson Sanchez पता नहीं क्या कर रहा था. मतलब that is fatigue भी तो नहीं है ना. 1 minute पहला मिनट है मैच का. You can't complain कि यार fatigue है. It's ridiculous. Like, why would you? And he's an experienced defender now. Like, he's had experience. It's insanely stupid tackle. But apart from that move, I think United didn't do anything of any value in that game. It's the worst United performance I've seen, and I've seen a lot of bad United performance across the last 4 years. Mourinho was shit at United, but I think जो मैजिक था मैच का वो था कि, and this is what Mourinho does, right? And I think he had lost a bit of it. But ये जो mind games, ये जो ओले को जो चुगली करना और जो खुजली किया उसने ओले को, and like he made it happen. Like, कल देखता उसको बैठा हुआ भाई, थोड़ा सेलिब्रेट भी नहीं कर रहे थोड़े. मतलब he was just thinking about the press conference.
के माइंड गेम से बहुत सारे FPL लोग रोए हैं लास्ट.
बहुत सारे दो यहाँ बैठे हैं. जट्टा क्या बोलना है मोरिनियो को बोल.
यार इतना दुख हुआ ना सॉन को स्टार्टिंग लाइनअप में देख के. साला पूरी दुनिया को चकमा देने के लिए एफपीएल की बैंड बजा दी.
अबे तो सोच एफपीएल पे रेड आ रहा था वो. मतलब तो सोच उसने सबका बनाया है. मतलब हम नहीं है, पूरा ग्लोबल सिस्टम तोड़ दिया भाई ने. बट
ओले के दिमाग में डालने के लिए कि सॉन नहीं खेल सकता उसके बिना पूरे मैच टैक्टिक प्रिपेयर किया और
एग्जैक्टली
सीधा स्टार्टिंग लाइनअप में सॉन.
एंड इट जस्ट फेल्ट लाइक कि दे वर completely caught unaware ना, क्योंकि इतना स्पेस सॉन को. लाइक वो तो छोड़ दे, रेड कार्ड तो छोड़ ही दे, वो तो 2 रेड कार्ड तो होने चाहिए थे, वो अलग बात है. बट सॉन को इतना स्पेस, वो बाई और बोलते हैं कि बाई इज वन ऑफ द फास्टेस्ट क्विकेस्ट सेंटर बैक्स. वो बस हैरी केन आउटस्टैंडिंग पास, बट द ईज एट व्हिच लाइक एंड द फिनिश वाज जस्ट incredible. दोनों फिनिशेस, one through the hairs, incredible.
इनका हैरी मैगवायर जो है why is he even in the team?
मैं उसी पे आने वाला था. मतलब अभी तक बोला जा रहा था कि मैगवायर के साथ किसको रखा जाए, but I think Maguire should be the one who should be out of the team.
And you know what the funny thing is, they're not even in the market.
80 million है वो.
हाँ, 80 million का है वो. और सबसे सही तो किसी ने बोला था, गोडियोला ने किसी ने, कि स्पेन के अंडर 14 टीम्स में इससे बेटर टेक्निकल एबिलिटी प्लेयर्स मिल जाएंगे.
सही में यार, मार्कस अलोंसो की डिफेंडिंग इससे अच्छी लग रही है.
But I think the weirdest thing is United are, unless I've not heard, but United are not even in for a central defender. They're looking at a left back, Alex Telles, and they're looking at Ousmane Dembele and Edinson Cavani. So they're looking to bolster a part of their team which they already have strength in. Matlab, why is Ousmane Dembele better than someone like a Mason Greenwood, or better than someone like an Anthony Martial or Rashford? Who is he going to replace? Is he going to replace Pogba? Van der Beek is already going to replace Pogba. So where are they going to? Who is he fit? Cavani समझ में आता है. They don't have a number 9, but like where is he going to fit these players? Whereas he needs to strengthen his defense, center of the defense.
थोड़ा सा यही इशू नहीं है.
Seriously,
मतलब
कोई idea
whenever
नहीं है.
United play bad, their plan is to buy someone instead of like coaching those players and making them better.
हाँ तो वही तो किसी ने बहुत सही बोला है ना कि when United play badly, their fans are completely up in arms कि हम signings क्यों नहीं कर रहे हैं, and then they spend a bunch of money. Mourinho's net spend was 330 million. And who did he get in? He got in players like Eric Bailly, Victor Lindelof, Matic, Fred. Fred was 52 million. तो सोच सकता है Fred was bought for 52 million. they have no. Evra पगला गया था, but सही reason से पगलाया था वो. He's right. They have no recruitment structure, because if you're buying young English players, that makes sense. And then you go ahead and then you put a bid in for a Portuguese left back, Alex Telles. I don't know if he's Portuguese. I'll have to check that. But like non-English left back, and you're going for a person who's been injured throughout his tenure at Barcelona, Ousmane Dembele, which is a risk. And then you're going for an Uruguayan striker who's past his prime. So where is the strategy? Where has it gone? And talking about improving players, I think the only player he improved was Scott McTominay, who doesn't feature now. And of course, Mason Greenwood, he did improve or did give a chance, but even Greenwood's performances have gone down. So, कहाँ है structure, भाई? और फिर बाद में बोलेंगे City are buying the Premier League. They have, if you look at net spend, I think like they're equal.
Correct. United भी बहुत spend किया है. It's just that United का उनके पास कुछ है नहीं दिखाने के लिए for the amount of money that they spent on transfers.
That's because they don't have a system. They don't have an ideology. They've got a coach who literally lives game to game. वो याद है last season में जब उसको sack करने वाले थे, जैसे ही sack करने वाले थे, players बावला गए और उसको फिर बचा लिए. But he doesn't have a plan. Like he's playing a system which sort of is obsolete. A 4-2-3-1, unless you got phenomenal wing backs or full backs, a 4-2-3-1 system doesn't work. Or Bissaka doesn't go up. He was supposed to be the best defensive player in the world, but he doesn't go up. There's no support there. Luke Shaw ने जो किया कल, वो tackle देखा था last में. मतलब ridiculous. But I have to give it to Mourinho for yesterday's Spurs performance. A, the mind games, and B, I think like Højbjerg had one of the standout games of the season, and not just from a defensive point of view, but his passing was so good, so good.
उसका assist for this Aurier's
Aurier.
Aurier वाला goal के लिए क्या pass था यार.
अभी तो अमेजिंग बोल सकते हैं जेटी, हम मजाक नहीं उड़ाएंगे यार. हमारे शो का हाईलाइट है अमेजिंग. बोल यार, बोल प्लीज बोल, ऐसे रोक मत अपने आप को. बट I'll tell you what else is amazing is that next match में I think what else is amazing is that I think Mourinho's thought process I liked in this game. He played Lamela instead of Lucas Moura. He played Lamela because Lamela tracks back and he wanted to stop Marcus Rashford from bombarding forward, which of course didn't happen because of what happened with the red card. But Lamela had a good game, had a very, very strong game. He gave the team that much needed drive. And the other thing that he did was he lined up 3 in the midfield, and he didn't play Lo Celso. Lo Celso was having a phenomenal last few games. I think he was tired as well, lots of travel. But Ndombele and Sissoko and Højbjerg yesterday, doesn't matter if there was a red card or not. They dominated the midfield. Absolutely dominated the midfield. You put in Pogba, who had a nightmare of a game. Dominated Matic. Van der Beek came in. Didn't have any impact. I think it was sensational, the way he set up the team. And itna sahi kiya usne. His wing backs, his full backs were full backs yesterday. They were not a lopsided back three. Reguilon is brilliant. Like he's constantly providing support on the left. He's a bit out of touch at Premier League में थोड़ा settle हो रहा है, तो a couple of touches went all right. Aurier was brilliant. We know what Aurier can do and what he cannot do. With Sissoko and Ndombele and Højbjerg, I think he just completely nullified United. And I'm sort of, मैंने जो comment किया था सीजन के स्टार्टिंग में top 4 वाला, वो थोड़ा सा vindicated लग रहा है, थोड़ा सा लग रहा है. तो super happy that Mourinho has not lost either his tactical nous or his ability to get into the minds of fellow managers. Can he do it with Pep? Can he do it with Bielsa? Can he do it with Klopp? Let's see what happens.
Liverpool made sure that United fans doesn't walk alone.
Good one, good one.
ये देखो ये अमेजिंग था यार.
तो इसमें क्या कहना है, like they weren't like even a man down or something like that. Like Aston Villa outplayed them. They had
Completely.
they are supposedly have the best defense in the world. They just
Yeah.
didn't have Alisson and Mane, and they lost 7-2.
Look at the
Aston
stats.
Villa यार जिस
No
तरीके से
defending.
स्टार्ट किया था ना गेम, they started off very strong. It was like Aston Villa came into the match to win it. They had absolutely nothing to lose. उस तरीके से probably सोच किया and they smashed Liverpool.
And the really cool part about it is Aston Villa has secretly in this transfer window they've created a side, and secretly इतना कुछ hype नहीं था, but they've created a side which is so potent because if you look at Ollie Watkins, he was the championship standout player. Said Benrahma, Ollie Watkins. They get an Ollie Watkins. A lot of teams were for him. They get him. They bought in Ross Barkley sneakily. Now, for all of Barkley's faults at Chelsea, he's still definitely a level above what Aston Villa had to offer. उसके ऊपर Jack Grealish तो है ही है. And they've got McGinn and Douglas Lewis in the midfield who are extremely combative. McGinn is a good passer of the ball. And then they've got a decent defensive line, which has Konsa and Ming central. They've got a great goalkeeper in Martinez now. Again, a sneaky transfer. Not much talked about. एक चीज तो है, like I think the 7-2 scoreline is exaggerated. I think it's exaggerated. I'll tell you why. Because most of the goals, if you look at the goals scored, most of the goals were like crazy deflections. Grealish's goal.
But वो 2-3 गोल और मार सकते थे. मतलब Watkins missed a 1-on-1.
Yeah.
Watkins ने फिर एक पोल को मारा.
हाँ. No, I think
Barkley भी miss किया.
Barkley ने miss किया. They could have scored 10 goals.
Yeah, I agree with that. I just think 7 is a bit exaggerated because like these goals that went in at crucial moments, जो deflected goal था when Liverpool were, I think they were 2-1 or 3-1, 2-1 या 3-1 कुछ था. And then when that deflected goal went in, then it was like Liverpool had absolutely no choice but to go all out, and that's what left all of that space. If कुछ दो या उनमें से जो दो deflected goals से नहीं होते, I think Liverpool would have been slightly more defensively solid. But having said that, be it an exaggerated scoreline, like Aston Villa deserve to win this. Doesn't have like maybe they didn't deserve to win it 7-2, but they definitely deserve to win this, and that's credit to a team who was struggling last season, and it's just a change in mentality and very shrewd transfer buys. So excited to see what's up for Aston Villa.
यार और Aston Villa seriously गेम में किसी भी पॉइंट पे ऐसा नहीं लगा कि they are just trying to survive the match. पूरा match they were dominating Liverpool throughout.
Absolutely. And it just shows you, right? This is what Sadio Mane gives you, and this is what an Alisson gives you. Like I'm pretty sure Alisson खेलता भी तो खाता गोल खाता एक गोल छोड़ के, and that was a horrendous error by Adrian. एक गोल छोड़ के वो खाता defensive. It was a horrendous defensive performance. But the thing about having a Sadio Mane in the team is that the opposition right back or the opposition fullbacks, whichever side Mane is playing on, mostly like plays on the left and cuts in. That's nullified. Even the right-sided midfield player has to track Mane. Jota के साथ नहीं हुआ, and that's why Trezeguet and Cash had they could just play freely and create space, and then Barkley sort of between the lines खेल रहा था. He was getting so much space. Grealish was just completely running the show. It makes a huge difference for even for a team like Liverpool with so much backup to have one of their star players out, and like it just shows how important Sadio Mane has been for them.
Last match में against Arsenal, Roy Keane ने बोला था कि they were sloppy in some phases और Klopp एकदम भड़क गया था.
Exactly.
That was a phenomenal performance. There was no mistake. We did a great match. But फिर वही चीज सेम हुआ. The high line defense of theirs पूरा पूरा खत्म हो गया, and that is happening with like even with Bayern and all the high line playing teams.
I think the problem with the high line playing teams again, it's on player fitness. It's completely on player fitness and the fitness of your defenders mainly, and the fitness of the midfield to quickly close the gaps. Problem क्या होता है when you play that high line every game. And Leeds will also face this. City will also face this, and they're facing it already. When you're playing it every game, it takes a toll. And because of the matches, like the fixture sort of congestion, it gets difficult to keep playing that style. But like kudos to Klopp. Even if he loses 7-2, I think he'll stick to it. kudos to Pep, he'll stick to it. And kudos to Bielsa, he'll stick to it. If we didn't have gutsy managers, football wouldn't have evolved. And we would have still been playing the 4-4-2. So doesn't matter if it works or not for a game or no. I think they will stick to it. I don't think they should just drastically change anything, because that's what's brought them so much success. एक game से कुछ नहीं होता.
Probably, but Liverpool का यार इस season since they've started उनका every performance has not been up to the level that we've seen Liverpool at. First match, they were very lucky to get a win against Leeds. Chelsea wala match, red card changed the whole thing. Arsenal wala match, Arsenal had a lot of chances to at least equalize, if not win it. And ये match तो Aston Villa destroyed them. तो हर match में Liverpool का defense has been exposed.
Or
Yeah.
next match they will face Everton, who are like flying right now. So,
That's a different game altogether. I don't think इस मैच का इफेक्ट कुछ भी होगा उस पे. It's a Merseyside derby. वो पूरा clean slate हो जाता है.
But बहुत दिनों बाद ऐसा होगा ना, मतलब I think I have never seen Everton being on top of the table and then facing Liverpool.
Well, if there was a point when Everton finished fourth and I think Liverpool finished below them a couple of seasons, but not top of the table. I don't remember the last time I saw it. I think the David Moyes era, like they were pretty very well positioned, but this is yeah, you're right. I think this is the first time when the table toppers will play the table toppers. I still think Liverpool are favorites, to be quite honest. I just think Mane khelega and they'll just have too much for Everton, but interesting to see what Klopp does after this bashing.
Well, that is about it. Chelsea and Arsenal did win their matches, but maybe we will talk about them in some other episodes, as the major chunk of the cake was taken by United and Liverpool. See you all after the deadline day drama.